video tutorial will show how can we perform contingency table and chi2 test using the software Stata. Contingency table, the other name cross tabulation or two-way table, it is a frequency distribution table in a matrix format that shows the relationship between two categorical variables simultaneously. A significance test between the relationship of two categorical variables can be performed through chi2 test. Let's see an example how can we do this in Stata. So this is the Stata software. Let's go to the data file, and you can see we have two variables and both are categorical. One is the gender, another one is the occupation. So we have two groups under this gender, one is male, another one is female. And in terms of occupation, we have different categories like business, public job, private job, shop ownership, like this one. To perform cross tabulation, you need to type tabulate. So in the command option, I have written tabulate, and then you need to put your variables. So it is gender and occupation, and press enter. So you can see the output of this cross tabulation. So and you can read this table column wise, or you can read this table row wise. So from this table we can see this among 400 respondents, most of these respondents are actually male. This 307 against 93 female respondent. And among different job category, so from 400 you see the maximum is doing actually private job, that is 130, and then it is business 127. And if you compare between this job or occupation category against this gender, so for example if you take this business, so this business you can see among these two groups most of them are actually male. So 127 are respondents, those actually involved in the business, and among 127, 104, that is the male. So they're the highest category, those actually involved in this occupation. Similarly, in the private job, among 130 respondents who are actually doing this private job, from this respondent most of them actually male, 92 against 38. However, if you see this job like retired, so they're actually not doing any job. So most of 10 respondents actually retired, and among these 10, 7, and that means the maximum actually female in category. And this shows actually the frequency. However, you can generate percentage of this frequency, so it can be done in a row wise or column wise. So to do this, you need to type tabulate and then your variables and press comma. So if you would like to show this frequency percentage according to the row, you just type row, press enter. So you can see here, so among this data, just it does not only showing the frequency but also showing the percentage of this frequency distribution, right? So it is the 93, that is the total frequency, but if you say the percentage among 100 percentage, so if you divide your value, that is 23 by 93, so this is actually 23 divided by 93, you can get this 24.73%. So this actually divided according to the row wise. Similarly, you can do this in a column wise. So tabulate gender occupation. Now you just write col, this means column. So this frequency, this percentage of this frequency, this is actually based on the column. So if you can see from this table, like if you 23, that is from 127, so if you divide 23 by 127 you will get this percentage. So in this way you if you like to get this row or column wise percentage along with the frequency, you can get this. However, if you don't want to show this frequency, rather you like only to show only the percentage, in that case either after row or column you just type no frequent, so no freq, and then press enter. So it will give you only the percentage value, no frequency one. So in this way we can perform this cross tabulation table. Next we like to see this is only showing the frequency distribution between these two variables. However, if you like to see whether this relationship, that means the relationship between these two categorical variable, that is gender and occupation, whether this is statistically significant, we need to perform chi-square test. So to perform chi-square test, it is very easy. You just need to write chi-square, this one, after any of these above formula that we have discussed. So let's go. This is the first one, so table of gender occupation. So after this, if you write chi-square comma and then chi-square, press enter. So this table actually shows frequency distribution between these two categorical variables that we have discussed earlier. However, the question is whether this is statistically significant. You can see this p-value of this chi-square test, so you can see it is 0.001, so you can say there is significant this relationship between these two categorical variables actually statistically significant at 1% level, right? So it is less than 0.01 or 1%. So in this way we can perform cross tabulation as well as chi-square test when we have two categorical variables. Thank you.